I am so glad to see so many people deciding to get off the Democratic plantation. Everybody is starting to figure out, I'm not going to say everybody because there's still a bunch of people that are lost, but you have a large majority of people that are seeing the light and calling these people out for exactly who they are. Check this out.
Well, I'm hearing it over and over again that people want safety in the streets. The Chicago Tribune the other day said about the Mag Mile and how, or maybe it was the Sun Times, about how to change. You can't bring businesses to the county unless we have safety in our streets, safety in our schools, safety in every community. Unless we have that, people are not coming back. They love Chicago. Wherever I go throughout the state, throughout this country, I hear, oh, what a great city, but I can't be there because of the crime.
To the American people and patriots across this country, black people have been with the Democratic Party for over 60 years, and we have nothing. We don't own anything in our community. We have no schools. There's no businesses in the black community. All we have is crime and problems. So as a pastor, I'm standing up here with Bob Ferretti and some of the other black leaders. The truth of the matter is this: why should black people keep voting for the Democrats when they don't have nothing? We need to understand this. We need to go and take a look at the Republican Party, but the Republican Party needs to be visual and need to do things in the black community. If we do that, we can make the change. We already know the Democrats are not going to do nothing. I'm the grandson of Eloise Barton, the second lady ever elected to the City Council of Chicago, 16 Ward. And now what we see, there's nothing that the Democrats have done or will they do across this country for black people but use us. So why not, black people? Let us give the Republicans a chance to show what they can do for our communities as well. This is a simple fact right here. Of 60 years of Democrat rule, black people need to change. We need to give the Republicans a chance to see what they can do because we have not done that.
And so having that conversation with Bob, and make no mistake about it, when we say second chances, we say to those who continue to engage in crime, then you must be held accountable. But if those second chances are afforded to the people, and we've been constantly pushing and begging back and forth with these Democrats, all Democrats, to give the same chances they've given to these illegals that are coming into the city of Chicago. Those same resources that they're pushing into these illegals who broke the law, and then Biden turned around and gave them humanitarian parole. Humanitarian parole says that they don't have to serve time, don't have to go to court, and if they work 18 months here in the country, then they would be given full citizenship. Well, where's that same opportunity for American citizens? It's not afforded to those who may have had whatever problems, or those who are poor in these cities across the country. This is happening all across the country. The Democrat Party is birthing continued social engineer savagery, and if you ever want to stop it, you have to replace this party.
He's absolutely right. You have to replace this party. But I want to say this. I want people to do some due diligence. I want people to do some research and get a full understanding of who the Democrats are and who the Republicans are. Don't get it twisted and think that the Republican Party is coming to save you, because they're not. Now, they're not going to harm you for the most part. They're going to stay out your way, but they're not coming to save you. Black folks, especially out in Chicago, y'all got to get the right people in position, and then proper decisions need to be made so things can get better in the communities. These Democrats, especially a lot of your black Democrats, they've been selling out their own people for quite some time. What we need is policies that won't harm, that will help, but we want a party that wants to get the heck out of the way and allow you to go be the change that you want to see in the world, in your community, in your neighborhood. That's what we want. Democrats promise the world, offer absolutely nothing. They never actually follow through on any promise. I'm glad to see people starting to wake up. I really am. I really am. But this next pastor I'm about to show you out of Chicago, Listen to this man's story and what happened to him when he told people that he is supporting the Republican Party. He is supporting the conservatives because he himself sees himself as a conservative, like so many other people in the Black community, so many other Americans out there. There are a lot of things that folks just are not with. These far left progressive policies are terrible for everybody. Check this out.
When I made the decision over 10 years ago to make that public knowledge, I faced death threats. My family had to go into hiding. My church was robbed of over $8,000 from a collection box that was to serve the needy. I lost 3/4 of my congregation. The pressure to renounce the Republican Party was immense, but I was resolute in my decision. And people often ask me, what made me decide to register as a Republican? Something you rarely see on the south side of Chicago. I usually refer to the culture of dependency that liberalism strangled my community with for the last 70 years or so. I refer to the fact that my community owns very little of the infrastructure of their own community. I also refer to the fact that none of these liberal policies encourage independency and self-sufficiency. But I've been thinking on this issue of late, and what really drove me as a young age to choose the Republican Party over the Democratic Party was this victimhood mindset. Far too many people in my community, all of them Democrats, had that self-defeating mindset. When I would challenge them to be better, tell them I believed that they could be better, I would feel the lack of belief in themselves in their eyes. They would then blame the system or the man, and the strangest thing was how alive they became when they blamed others for their shortcomings and misfortunes. They showed none of that life when it came to their own will and agency. I'm a preacher. And after 10 years or so of living on the South Side, I began to realize that what I was seeing was the work of the devil. This victimhood mindset that I saw in far too many people was not the work of the Lord, but the devil. See, it is always the devil that makes us disbelieve in us and in our abilities. The devil first tempts us into believing that we need him to get by or to get ahead. Then he lulls us into believing that we cannot survive without him. We come to believe in the devil more than we believe in ourselves.
Absolutely.
And far too many of us have come to believe in our own victimhood over our abilities. If that isn't the work of the devil, then what is it? I know politics is politics, but my true reason for choosing the Republican Party was to show others in my community that I was free to choose whatever I wanted to go. This victimhood mentality had no control over me. Most of all, I wanted to show my neighbors that politics was no substitution for religion or some higher spiritual realm. What attracted me to the Republican Party was precisely its rejection of this victimhood mindset. The Republicans are far from perfect. They lack a significant presence in communities like mine. But what I love about the Republican Party is that I have the freedom to influence change through leading by example. That is what I've done in the building of my $40 million Leadership and Economic Community Center that you see right behind me. I have seen the changes in my neighborhood. When young kids see the construction on the community center, I tell them that this is where they will be able to go and develop themselves into somebodies. I tell them this will be a place safe from violence so they can focus on their studies. I tell them that this will be a place where gang territorial alliances will be broken and they can be friends with kids from rival gang blocks. When I tell them all these things, I can see the light emerge in their eyes. And when that happens, there's absolutely no room for the devil.
Woo-wee. God bless Pastor Corey Brooks, man. That was freaking phenomenal. And that's exactly what I was talking about. This victim mindset and this thought that somebody is coming to save you is the reason that a lot of folks are in the situation that they're in right now. Pastor Corey said it all. I'm not even, hey, let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Drop me a comment down below. Keep God first in your life. Stay prayed up, and I'm going to catch up with you all next time.